everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well, and of course I hope you're keeping very warm as well. It's got very cold this last week or so, and as you can see, the turtleneck's out, or the roll neck, depending on which way you want to call it. But this video is the preview of West Ham's 7th home game and 2nd London derby in the 23-24 Premier League season, where we welcome South London team Crystal Palace to the London Stadium, or according to 442 magazine, it's soon to be called the Allianz Stadium, for a 2 o'clock kickoff this Sunday afternoon live on Sky Sports. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website. And as you can see from the icon that's up here, there's also Crystal Palace retro gear in there as well, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts made by Umbral and Admiral, so go check those out. I do like that, to be fair. That was quite a nice retro shirt there. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, as I always say, the commission will be I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter to help put food on the tables for those that have been really struggling over the last 4 to 5 years. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to your club shop, or go grab a very nice track jacket or polo shirt, and you'll be helping those that are less fortunate than you and I. So as always, guys, there's going to be timestamps in the description, so by all means, please try and stick with us for as long as you can, and if not, then by all means, jump around to the sections that you like. But as always, guys, put your comments in the comment section below. So let's start this video off by talking about the officials. The referee for this game, you can tell it's on Sky Sports, is Michael Oliver, and his assistants are Stuart Burt and Dan Cook. The 4th official for this game is Darren Bond. On VAR, we have Peter Banks, and returning once again in his duties is Konstantin Hatzidakis. How many times are we going to have him with us? Honestly, it's mental. Now, in terms of our last 6 home games against Palace in the Premier League, we've won 1, drawn 3 and lost 2. So I can see why some people have been calling them a bogey team, because we seem to suffer a little bit more away from home than we do at home. But as we remember last time out, in November last year, we lost it 2-1 with an early goal from Ben Rama on the 20th minute. Zaha equalised on the 41st minute, and then in the second half, Elise scored the death, as Thomas Soucek's doing for us at the minute. He scored right at the death at the 90th minute. Now, David Moyes' record against Palace is equally concerning, as he's won 2, drawn 3 and lost 2 against Palace at home. But there seems to be a bit of a myth around Palace, Hodgson and Moyes. I mean, yes, okay, they seem to play the same style of conservative football, shall we say, for lack of a better way of putting it. But David Moyes' record against Roy Hodgson as a manager, not just with Crystal Palace, but with West Brom, Fulham. Don't think he was managing around the time he was at Liverpool for Everton. Anyway, he's won 5, drawn 2 and lost none. So that's quite a good indication from that point of view. But in terms of everything else, yeah, not so much. Crystal Palace are, at the time of this recording, 13th on the table with 4 wins, 3 draws and 6 losses, scoring 13 goals and conceding 18, so on a -5 goal difference for those keeping track, and they are on 15 points. Now, Palace's away form so far this season, they've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 3, scoring 7, conceding 10 goals, with an average points per game of 1.43, which doesn't really matter that much. And of course, they've had no international football, so we're probably going to be rotating a little bit heavier than Hodgson will do. We'll talk about that in a minute. Roy Hodgson's go-to formation is an attacking 4-3-3 formation. So, yeah, kind of, you can bastardise it into a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-1-4-1 again. But as I say, yeah, he does like to go quite attacking. He did that with England. Didn't really work out towards the latter stages of his England career, as we know. But he's a good manager nonetheless. Now, Palace's style of play so far this season, they're taking a lot of shots and playing in a non-aggressive style. Is that possibly because Zaha's no longer with them? You know, that was quite a big shock to see him. I know, obviously, in terms of wages, Eze has stepped up to the plate. But, yeah, I haven't seen Palace recently. So, guys, put your comments in the comment section below, as always. They are strong at shooting from direct free kicks, aerial duels and protecting the lead, and also strong at stealing possession, but they are weak at keeping that possession, finishing scoring chances, and defending against wing attacks. So, yeah, there's everything to play for. It generally is. And we've got a couple other things we'll talk about when we get to the West Ham section of it. But in terms of Palace's injuries, goalkeeper Henderson is out with a thigh injury. Doucouré is out with a calf injury. Both seem to be quite long term as it stands at the minute. Raksachi, I think you pronounce that, is out with a thigh injury. Expected return around about mid-January. Eze is out with an ankle injury and is expected to be around about a Christmas return. And former West Ham player James Tompkins is 75% chance of returning from a calf/shin injury. It would be great to see him again, of course. But yeah, there's a lot of things to dissect him. So guys, players to look out for in terms of Palace players. Centre back Anderson and forward Edouard are the highest away scorers so far with 2 goals each. Jordan Ayew is the highest away assister with 3 assists. Now, Ayew is strong at dribbling and headed attempts, and he has good defensive contributions as well, but he is weak at holding onto the ball. Edouard is weak at passing and keeping possession as well, for that matter, so I think that's something we can exploit. Anderson and Joel Ward are both strong at aerial duels and concentration, but Ward is also strong at blocking the ball, but he is weak at crossing. Goalkeeper Johnson is strong at saving long shots, but he is weak at close range shots. So, is this going to be time for Tommy Soucek to step up once again? We'll talk about that in a second. And Aguay as well is weak at aerial duels. So there's a really heavy amount of a lot of things that is positive for us coming into this game. Of course, now, guys, turning into West Ham. I know we've talked about it many times on either on the previews or the full-time thoughts or the watch-alongs as well. There's been a lot of aggro in the West Ham community. A lot of it has been justified. A hell of a lot of it has been justified. For example, substitutions, certain team sheets, certain tactics that we've been seeing in what is it? We're probably to 20 games all in so far this season. But in terms of the Premier League, 13 games in, at the same point where we are 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons, 2 seasons, I should say. No, what am I talking about? 3 seasons ago, in the 2021 season, we had 21 points. That season went on to be one of the best performances we've had, bar the boys of '86. You know, certainly the best team points performance in the Premier League since day dot. This season, after 13 games, we're 1 point behind it on 20 points. Just 1. You know, there's a lot to be thankful for this, and I'm sure, you know, if we keep going on the trajectory that we're going, we'll be very, very close again to getting those points to make it our second most successive season in the second time in 3 seasons. We'll have to wait and see, of course. You know, we're only just over quarter of the way through this. Third of the way through the season now. So there's still hell of a long time to come for both reasons, for games and as well as it. We've got a long time to wait. Let's just not jump the gun. I know, you know, social media being social media, but I do think there's a lot more to be thankful for. Yes, game by game, it's been worrying. You know, I've mentioned that many times. We all have, but if we keep going, at the end of the day, guys, this is one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of the Formula One recently, as well, over the last few years as well, for that matter. The Premier League is all about points on the board. That's it. All managers will say points on the board. That's the most important thing. You know, and okay, we've had a couple of dodgy losses, but this is West Ham. We're not a top 6 team. We're not in any shape or form. It'd be nice to be that top 16 or possibly top 7th or 8th now, the way things are going, but baby steps. I said it many, many times. Baby steps. Now, the opposite of baby steps, Thomas Soucek. Again, last night, last-minute winner of the 1-0 game against Back to Pola. Did it against Burnley. The Back to Pola game was goal, I should say, was, because I only caught the last 10-15 minutes. So I haven't done a full-time thoughts. It's no point. But the ball from Cornet to Soucek to get that goal, sublime. And fair play to Thilo Kehrer for noticing that run, because he rolled it over to Cornet as a result of it. I know a lot of people don't like Thomas Soucek and think he shouldn't be in there. I mean, he hasn't been in my starting 11s for a long time. But at the same point, when he's on there, he's getting us the goals that are winning us the games. That's what you want. That's what you want. I don't care what anybody else says. That's what you want. Again, points on the board. Now, looking at West Ham's injuries before we go to the starting 11 conversation, Bowen is 25% chance of returning from knee injury. Kudus is a 50% chance of returning from a fever. Neither travelled to Serbia for the game yesterday. Nor did Antonio, because he is still out with his knee injury and is expected to be back for the next week's game. No, the week after next, I should say, around about the middle of December. So, yeah, so let's now talk about the starting 11. So as a result of it, guys, I've got a funny feeling Kudus is going to be fine. I really think he's going to be okay with this. So this is the starting 11. And of course, guys, put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you're thinking on this. But this is the starting 11 that I would put out if I was David Moyes. Areola in goal, with a back four of Soufal, Zuma, Mavropanos and Emerson. Alvarez behind James Ward-Prowse in the defensive midfield positions, with Kudus, Paquetá and Cornet in the midfield, supporting Mubama up front. So thank you very much for your time, guys. As always, put your comments in the comment section below. I want to say thank you to somebody who made a comment on the Back at Polar video. Where's his name? Let me just get the details up. You can tell this is one take, can't you? We're also one subscriber away from 2,420 subscribers. So thank you much to that subscriber that did recently. I want to say a very much big thank you to Ed Kelly for putting his starting 11 down in the comments. The only one that's done it for months. And of course, Aussie Tony has agreed with me on a few things and made his suggestions. But Ed, thank you very, very much for doing that. If you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy what I'm doing, then by all means, please do subscribe. As always, as I say, put your comments in the comment section below, and please do click the like button, because the more likes this get, the more advertising, as it is with live streams, the more advertising gets on YouTube, and the more people can come around to it. And please do share it as well on your WhatsApps, your any level of social media and all interaction apps to get more people involved. So in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves, take care, and I will see you on Sunday for the full-time thoughts. All the best now.